Hi, everyone. I am attorney Megan Pastrana of Immigration for Couples, and I'm here for our weekly live immigration attorney chat. So for fiance visas, in the context of a fiance visa, you have to be unmarried to be able to be eligible to receive your fiance visa. And a lot of individuals, the fiance visa process, I understand it takes a long time. And for a lot of individuals too, you have family in two different countries at least. And so you want to be able to celebrate with both families and have a celebration with both families in both countries. And so some individuals recently in the Facebook group have asked, is it okay for my fiance and I to have a religious ceremony? We know that it's just going to be a religious ceremony. It's just a celebration. It's not legally binding. Is it okay for us to get married, to have this marriage celebration rather? It's just a religious ceremony because we want to be able to share it with our family. And that's a great question. And the two things that I would encourage and that we encourage all of our clients when we're talking about this topic is to really think about the risks of doing a religious ceremony. So the first risk is that in some countries, the religious ceremony is a legally binding ceremony, which would make you a married couple. And if that is the case, once you get married, if you are still going through the fiancé visa process, then you would not be eligible to receive your fiancé visa because the fiancé visa, just as it sounds, you're engaged with the intent of coming to the United States. And then the requirement with the fiancé visa is that you get married in the United States within 90 days. So if you have a religious ceremony that's legally binding in another country, then you basically lose your eligibility. You can't receive that fiancé visa. So that's the first risk. And then the second risk is, okay, well, yes, you did research, and you see that it's not legally binding, and that you want to go ahead and move forward with it anyway. There are still risks because we have definitely seen where immigration, there might be a country where it's not entirely clear that it wasn't legally binding. And so immigration would want to have to do research and investigate to find out, wait, was this a religious ceremony that counts as a legally binding ceremony? So even if you are sure or you think that it's not legally binding, those risks still exist. It's definitely happened before. There's definitely been cases that has happened where individuals have tried this, have decided to have a religious ceremony, and that they have ultimately had issues with immigration having to look into that. So really, when you're thinking about that and you're thinking about the risks that are involved, you really have to decide, is it worth it? And then the other thing that we talk to our clients about, is there something else that you can do to celebrate with family? Can you, instead of having a religious ceremony, can you celebrate in some other way with your family? Once you come to the United States and get married, then you can go back to your country of origin, or any other country if you want to have another religious ceremony to celebrate with your family. That would be really the safest path and the safest way to just ensure that you're not jeopardizing your fiancé visa process. Because as I've said, and as all of you know, the process is long. So it's definitely something to consider. There's definitely risks involved. And so you'll want to make sure you're weighing those and really asking yourself, is that something that I'm able to do?